Welcome back, dear students, to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the most important topics for your English exams, communication. In this video, we'll explore what communication really means and why it's so essential in our daily lives and studies. We'll also break down the two main types of communication, verbal and nonverbal. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of these concepts, which will help you answer exam questions confidently. Let's start by understanding the basic definition of communication and why it matters. What exactly is communication? At its core, communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, or feelings between two or more people. It's how we connect with others, express our thoughts, and understand one another. Whether you're talking with friends, listening to a teacher, or even reading a message, you're engaging in communication. This process is fundamental to building relationships, learning new things, and working together effectively. Without communication, it would be nearly impossible to share knowledge or collaborate with others. Communication is more than just talking. It's about making sure your message is understood. In every aspect of life, from school to work to personal relationships, effective communication helps us solve problems, avoid misunderstandings, and achieve our goals. Imagine trying to learn something new without being able to ask questions or share your ideas. That's why mastering communication is so important, especially for students preparing for exam. It's a skill that will benefit you in every area of life. Now that we know what communication is, let's look at its main types. Communication can be divided into two broad categories, verbal and nonverbal. Verbal communication involves the use of words, either spoken or written, to convey a message. Nonverbal communication, on the other hand, includes all the ways we communicate without words, such as gestures, facial expressions, and body language. Understanding both types is crucial for effective interaction. Verbal communication is all about using words to share information. This can happen in many forms, such as speaking, writing, or even signing. When you talk to your teacher, write an essay, or send a text message, you're using verbal communication. It's the most direct way to express your thoughts, ask questions, and provide answers. In exams, you'll often be asked to define verbal communication, so remember, it's any communication that uses words. Let's look at some everyday examples of verbal communication. When you answer a question in class, that's verbal communication. Reading a book aloud, giving a presentation, or even chatting with friends all involve using words to share ideas. Written communication like emails, letters, or notes also falls under this category. These examples show how verbal communication is a part of our daily routines, helping us connect and share information efficiently. Nonverbal communication is just as important as verbal communication. It includes all the ways we send messages without using words. This can be through facial expressions, gestures, posture, eye contact, and even the tone of your voice. Sometimes what you don't say speaks louder than words. For example, a smile can show friendliness, while crossed arms might indicate you're upset. Nonverbal cues help us understand the true meaning behind someone's words. Think about the last time you waved at a friend or nodded to show agreement. These are classic examples of nonverbal communication. Other examples include making eye contact to show you're listening, using hand gestures while explaining something, or even the way you dress. All these actions send messages without a single word. Nonverbal communication adds depth to our interactions and helps us express feelings that words sometimes can't capture. Feedback is a key part of communication. It's how we know if our message was understood. When you nod, smile, or respond to someone's question, you're giving feedback. This can be verbal, like saying yes or I understand, or nonverbal, like a thumbs up. Feedback helps keep conversations clear and ensures everyone is on the same page. It's an essential part of effective communication both in and out of the classroom. Your exams, you might be asked to define communication or explain its types. Remember to mention both verbal and nonverbal communication and give examples for each. Clear, well-structured answers show your understanding and help you score better. Practicing how to explain these concepts in English will also improve your overall communication skills, which is valuable beyond just exams. Communication isn't limited to the classroom or exams. We use it every day, whether we're talking to family, friends, or teachers. Even simple actions like greeting someone or sharing a story involve communication. Being aware of how you communicate helps you build stronger relationships and express yourself more clearly. It's a skill that grows with practice and attention. Sometimes, communication doesn't go as planned. Barriers like noise, misunderstandings, or language differences can make it hard to share your message. Recognizing these barriers is the first step to overcoming them. By being patient, listening carefully, and choosing your words wisely, you can improve your communication and avoid confusion. Good communication is a skill you can develop. Practice speaking clearly, listen actively, and pay attention to nonverbal cues. Reading, writing, and participating in discussions are great ways to build your skills. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in expressing your ideas and understanding others. Listening is just as important as speaking in communication. When you listen carefully, you show respect and understanding. It helps you respond appropriately and keeps the conversation meaningful. Good listeners pay attention, avoid interrupting, and ask questions if they need clarification. This skill is valuable in every part of life. Body language is a powerful part of nonverbal communication. The way you stand, move, or use your hands can say a lot about how you feel. Open body language, like facing someone and making eye contact, shows you're interested and engaged. Closed body language, like crossing your arms, might suggest you're not open to the conversation. Being aware of your body language helps you communicate more effectively. Facial expressions are another key part of nonverbal communication. A smile can make someone feel welcome, while a frown might show you're upset. Our faces often reveal our true feelings, even when we don't say a word. Paying attention to facial expressions helps you understand others better and respond appropriately. The tone of your voice can change the meaning of your words. Saying, "I'm fine," in a cheerful tone means something different than saying it in a sad or angry tone. Tone of voice is a subtle but important part of nonverbal communication. It helps convey emotions and intentions, adding depth to your message. Written communication is a form of verbal communication. It includes emails, letters, notes, and even text messages. Writing allows you to share information clearly and keep a record of your ideas. Good written communication is organized, clear, and free of errors. It's an essential skill for students, especially in exams and assignments. Oral communication is another form of verbal communication. It involves speaking and listening, whether in person on the phone or through video calls. Oral communication is immediate and interactive, allowing for quick feedback and clarification. Practicing oral communication helps you become a more confident speaker and listener. Visual communication uses images, symbols, or graphics to share information. Charts, diagrams, and pictures are common examples. Visuals can make complex ideas easier to understand and remember. They're often used in presentations, textbooks, and online learning. Combining visuals with words creates a stronger message. Communication styles can vary across cultures. What's polite in one culture might be seen differently in another. For example, eye contact is respectful in some cultures but may be considered rude in others. Being aware of cultural differences helps you communicate more effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. With technology, digital communication has become a big part of our lives. Emails, social media, and instant messaging allow us to connect quickly and easily. However, it's important to use clear language and be mindful of tone since it's easy for messages to be misunderstood online. Digital communication is convenient but requires careful attention to detail. Communication can be formal or informal. Formal communication is used in official settings like schools or workplaces and follows specific rules. Informal communication is more relaxed and used with friends or family. Knowing when to use each style helps you communicate appropriately in different situations. Active listening means fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. It's more than just hearing words, it's about being present and engaged. Active listening builds trust and shows respect, making conversations more meaningful and productive. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. In communication, empathy helps you connect on a deeper level. By listening with empathy, you show that you care about the other person's perspective. This strengthens relationships and makes communication more effective. Being clear and concise is key to good communication. Avoid using complicated words or long sentences that might confuse your listener. Organize your thoughts before speaking or writing and check if your message was understood. Clarity ensures your ideas are received as you intended. Confidence helps you communicate your ideas more effectively. Speak clearly, make eye contact, and believe in what you're saying. Confidence encourages others to listen and respect your message. Even if you're nervous, practicing can help you become a more confident communicator over time. Respect is essential in all communication. Listen without interrupting, use polite language, and consider the other person's feelings. Respectful communication creates a positive environment and helps resolve conflicts peacefully. It's a sign of maturity and professionalism. Even in exams, nonverbal communication matters. For example, your posture and eye contact during an oral exam can show confidence and engagement. Practicing positive nonverbal cues can help you make a good impression and support your verbal answers. To sum up, communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, and feelings. It includes both verbal and nonverbal forms, each playing a vital role in our interactions. Mastering communication helps you succeed in exams, build relationships, and navigate everyday life with confidence. Like any skill, communication improves with practice. Take every opportunity to speak, write, and listen. Participate in group discussions, write essays, and pay attention to nonverbal signals. Over time, you'll notice your confidence and effectiveness growing. Strong communication skills are linked to success in academics and beyond. They help you express your ideas, understand others, and work well in teams. Employers and teachers value good communicators because they make collaboration easier and more productive. Everyone makes mistakes in communication, like interrupting, not listening, or using unclear language. The key is to recognize these mistakes and work on improving them. Being aware of your habits helps you become a better communicator over time. Asking questions is a powerful communication tool. It shows you're interested and helps you understand better. Don't hesitate to ask for clarification if you're unsure about something. Good questions lead to better conversations and deeper learning. In group settings, nonverbal communication helps coordinate actions and show agreement. For example, nodding in agreement or making eye contact with the speaker keeps the group connected. Being aware of group dynamics and nonverbal cues makes teamwork smoother. Different situations require different communication styles. You might use formal language in class and informal language with friends. Adapting your style shows flexibility and helps you connect with different people. Pay attention to your audience and adjust your approach as needed. Nonverbal cues can have different meanings in different cultures. For example, a gesture that's friendly in one country might be offensive in another. Learning about cultural differences helps you avoid misunderstandings and communicate respectfully with people from around the world. Silence is also a form of communication. Pausing before you speak can show thoughtfulness, while silence during a conversation can give others time to reflect. Using silence wisely can make your communication more powerful and respectful. When giving a presentation, your body language, facial expressions, and gestures play a big role in engaging your audience. Standing tall, making eye contact, and using your hands to emphasize points can make your message more convincing and memorable. In exams, written communication is key. Organize your answers, use clear language, and check your work for mistakes. Good writing shows your understanding and helps you earn higher marks. Practice writing essays and short answers to improve your skills. In interviews, nonverbal communication can make a strong impression. A firm handshake, good posture, and a friendly smile show confidence and professionalism. Practicing these cues can help you succeed in interviews and other formal situations. Effective communication is the foundation of good teamwork. Sharing ideas, listening to others, and giving constructive feedback help teams work together smoothly. Teamwork skills are valuable in school, work, and everyday life. Let's quickly review what we've learned. Communication is about sharing information through verbal and nonverbal means. Verbal communication uses words, while nonverbal communication relies on gestures, expressions, and tone. Both are essential for effective interaction and success in exams. To do well in your exams, practice explaining communication concepts in your own words. Use examples, keep your answers clear, and remember to mention both verbal and nonverbal communication. With preparation and practice, you'll be ready to tackle any question on this topic. Congratulations on reaching the end of this video. Remember, communication is a skill you can always improve. Keep practicing, stay confident, and use what you've learned to succeed in your exams and beyond. Good luck and keep striving for excellence.